Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII 2 walkthrough. We've got all kinds of fun stuff to do in this video. I'm back at the Brescia Ruins in, I think this is 5 AF.
Yes,
and
it worked.
Activating the gate in the center of the area. So it's actually the first gate that you'll come across.
You okay?
Kupo? It's nothing. I'm fine, really. Just tired, I guess.
Right. Somehow I kind of doubt it's nothing.
Alright, so obviously something happens with Sarah there. I think she sees a bit of a vision or something like that, and she tries to pass it off as being tired, and Noel kind of knows better. So that gate opens up the Yashas Massif. The 10, and that's the 10 AF time period. There's a bunch of different versions of Yashas Massif, as well as actually the Brescia Ruins. There's quite a few different different versions that we'll come across
the Academy, which has
or
grown to
unlock
take a leading
as we
role
go.
in affairs of state. Under its young leader, the Academy is working to solve the paradoxes that warp the surrounding space-time. At the heart of the distortions is the Yashas Massif, its skies darkened by a perpetual eclipse.
Okay, I like how the I don't know if it's kind of a narration, I guess, a bit before you actually enter an area. It's kind of neat. So I usually let that play if it's the first time I've visited. Hopefully it's loud enough for everyone to hear that. But if not, I hope it is. I actually hope it is loud enough. But anyways, all right. So we've got a little bit of dialogue right off the bat here.
People always say the future will be better. They believe the hardships of the present fade with the passage of time. And so we hope, waiting for a future brighter than today. But Sarah, remember this. As you walk towards a brighter tomorrow, you have to look back to your past. The path you have walked to reach the here and now will give you the courage you need to hope.
It's so dark.
In ancient times, the fal'Cie devoured the light, darkness cloaked the sky, and the earth knew only night. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
They said 500 years ago, a massive fal'Cie appeared. For a while, it blotted out the sun and turned everything dark.
If that happened 500 years in your past, then this must be 200 years in my future.
Right. But something's wrong. Look, the eclipse is only affecting this small area. That shouldn't be possible.
Okay, so you're saying this could be a paradox.
That's what I'm saying.
This reminds me of stories we heard, that there used to be a great city on Grand Pulse. I bet this is what these ruins are.
What happened to it?
No one's been able to figure that out. We were more or less locked up inside Cocoon. We never had much opportunity to learn about the world below us. Our scientists have only just begun to study the mysteries of Grand Pulse.
Hello, are you here to observe the facility? I can answer any questions you might have.
Ah, yeah, perfect. I do have some questions. Where are we? And what year is it?
Wait, you can't just...
What? I'm just...
Yashas Masif, 10 AF, sir.
10 AF? So nowhere near 200 years.
I must say, this is the first time anyone asked me what year it was. I don't suppose you happen to be time travelers?
Well, Kupo?
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to hand out this map. Take it, it's free. Keep your wits about you. There's no telling what kind of monsters the Paradox has let loose in here.
You said the Paradox. Are you talking about the eclipse?
Yes, the great Fal'Cie, Fenrir, blocked out the sun. It was predicted he would appear 200 years from now. Which means?
Which means his appearance now indicates some sort of time distortion, right? The Fal'Cie arrived 200 years early to meet with a certain someone. Yes, sir, that someone is you.
So this entity crossed the boundaries of time and space just to meet with me? I suppose I can't discount the possibility.
Yeah, please discount it and find a sense of humor.
Okay, so I had to replay this area because I missed that dialogue there. Actually, it's technically the second dialogue, which is why that little cut is right there in my footage. So the first dialogue with that researcher, you get the map of the area, and then the second dialogue is actually the first potential live trigger for the area. That is also a potential funny answer that you'll want to get. I forget which option that was, but it's it's something about the Fal'Cie wanted to speak with him or something like that, and he's like, well, I can't discount that as a possibility, which is a typical I don't know, the guy either doesn't know humor when he sees it, or, well, that might just be the case because he takes it seriously. So anyways, let's move along here. We've got all kinds of fun stuff to grab in this video, so we'll just keep slugging along. Alright, what do we have here? 10 power chips. Yeah, okay.
The sun's disappearance is no need for panic. It's our job as scientists to figure out what's behind this mystery.
Okay, so based off of what that reassercher is saying, something about the
Food is so
sun
much better than on Cocoon.
has disappeared. I don't know. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, this is Final Fantasy 13 too, so anything is possible. Alright, so there's behemoths prowling this area. In the darkness, they have a strong aversion to light. If you encounter one of these dangerous beasts, run into the nearest patch of light to return the Mog clock to a safe state. I'm not going to do that at all.
Walking along the path of the searchlight. Most monsters hate light and will do anything to avoid
Will
it.
do anything to avoid it. Right, whatever. If you are not able to take on the behemoths in this area, you will know it. And the good thing about this game is there really isn't a game over, regardless. I mean, you can straight up die to an enemy and it'll just give you the retry option. So don't worry too much about that. But yeah, so let's take on these behemoths. I actually did. Actually, not sure how much CP farming I did, but I feel like I did. Yeah, Noel is at like 3,000 health, and so is at 1.7k, so I've done a fair amount by this point. My Lobo looks like he might be maxed out too. He's got a lot of health. Again, if you find yourself having issues with these behemoths, you can kind of do what the NPC recommended there and just kind of stick to the searchlights. It won't make the behemoth go away, I don't believe, but it'll reset the Mog clock so that it doesn't, get into a battle with you, but eventually you will want to take down one of the behemoths because it does give you a key item there called the Behemoth Fang. That'll be used in one of the quests. I'm not sure which. It might be this version of the Yashas Massif. Here's another key item, the Tablet of Padra. It's another key item used for a quest. Oh, it's kind of funny. I actually did kind of stick to these searchlights a bit. Oh, funny. Anyways, all right. There's some mana. Is that mana slivers or something like that? That's what I saw there. But anyways, let's continue on. The behemoths aren't in every area here. It's just kind of like this little open valley. Call it. Well, maybe one or two more fights with these guys. Actually, this might be the last one. Now that I think about it. And then I'm actually gonna bail from this area for a little while and head back to. I think I farmed a little bit more after this. I think I felt comfortable with where I was at. Story-wise, I don't know why. I guess I just randomly decided to go somewhere else for a bit. Anyways, get a treasure chest or treasure sphere right on the edge of this.
Great.
Alright, so right about here is where the behemoth encounters stop.
That building over there is part of the Padra ruins. You should take a look around if you have the time.
Alright, so the Padra ruins are right up there, and yes, we absolutely will take a look. So in this spot down here, you can actually throw Mog up.
The conservatives
up
still
above us,
believe in
kind of
the
where I
ways of
threw that,
Cocoon.
where I
Must be
threw him for
unhappy
that
with the
other
Academy
treasure
and
sphere up
progressive
there.
ways.
But there is another item called the Fruit of Fenrir. And I think it's just, you might as well do it now, but it looks like I didn't do that quite yet, so hopefully I've got footage of that somewhere. I assume I do. Otherwise, you can just wait until later once the chocobos are unlocked on the map, and you'll be able to fly up there with the chocobo. So it's up to you on how you want to do it. I always tend to. I always try to get things as early as I can. I kind of failed here, but here is the. Is that the Spranthus or something like that? So that monster has the item collector. I would recommend if you've got a monster right now, probably like a Ravager or something that you know you're going to use in like basically every battle. You might want to infuse that monster onto whatever you're using, just for that item collector. It's a great ability, and like the earlier you put it on one of your monsters, the more it's going to do for you. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, until wait until the very end of the game to put that on something. I mean, you can, but it'll do a lot of work for you if you stick it on something early. It'll just help you generate a lot more items. And that way, if you want to do farming like I've actually done a heavy amount of farming early on in the game. And again, if you kind of go that route too, then it'll do you some good. But anyways, all right. So let's continue on here. I got some bullet droplets, but here I think this is your next live stream.
Happen over the ruins.
There must be a reason for it to have occurred in this particular place.
Alright, the eclipse is only happening here. Let's see what Noel thinks. The funny answer is boredom.
Oh, the fal'Cie was feeling bored. It was like, I think I'll try making just this part dark and see how it looks. Or something like that.
Oh, the fal'Cie was bored. It's a cute idea, but I kind of doubt it.
Man, I just every time I pick one of these absurd answers, it actually kind of I wouldn't say, I guess, yeah, it kind of does bug me. I really feel like the initial playthrough and the walkthrough, I should have chose different answers.
We don't know much yet.
Just because these funny answers don't really add anything to kind of explain the plot. Again, they are, some of them actually are kind of funny. Most of them aren't. They're just kind of absurd.
There seems to be a rift between the ones who stayed on
Oh well, again, not how I decided to do things. Anyways, alright, so there's a couple of more monsters here in this pass. I don't think anything's really noteworthy, like these Gandiacs. I don't really think that they're anything to write home about. But I'm actually going to run up to this NPC here, and then I'm going to take off. So,
some are worried that the Academy
talking with this NPC will actually trigger a battle. And I'm just going to chill and not do that quite yet. So actually what I did was I went back to the Archild Steppe and did a bit more farming. And so this is just taking care of some of the CP. I have 50,000 CP right now, so I figured that was a good time to do some leveling. As always, make sure that you save before you start messing around with this. As if you don't and you make a mistake, it can be pretty hurtful. Depending on how I guess how anal you are, as much as I hate that word, dislike that word, am annoyed by that word. Again, if you make a mistake here or there and you don't really care too much, then who cares? But I tried to make sure I did this all perfectly, so. Again, I always make sure I'm saving beforehand, so. Alright, so as always, my Saboteur on the even levels, I'm making sure that I'm activating these large nodes, and on odd nodes I can just activate a small one. So usually what you'll see me do here is, do an odd with a Saboteur, then an even immediately after, and then swap to Medic to fill in any levels in between. Reason being, again, like I was saying, I think in the last video there, I wanted to make sure that I was getting some of these other classes their abilities, just so it would give me a little more leeway as far as not necessarily needing to rely on, say a monster as a medic. I think there are a couple of really good early medics in the game as far as monsters go, but it is always good to be able to do that by yourself or with the main characters as well. I mean, a lot of times you'll just run into battles where your one medic monster isn't enough, and you need a little bit of extra healing just to kind of catch up. And that's where Noel and Sarah can come in handy and kind of fit that role for a bit. I took a Meteor Javelin as soon as I could. I don't actually use that ability a whole lot, to be completely honest. It is really good for certain battles, but for like killing trash, it's just not that useful. It's the same with Sarah's ability, her ultimate arrow. Sorry. There are certain areas where it's useful to use that, but like 99% of the fights, you're just not going to use it. So. You can save that until later if you feel like it. I grabbed it as early as I could. I don't really know why. Again, I barely ever use it, so it didn't really make that much sense to kind of go crazy and grab it this early, but that's okay. I was kind of running out of other things that I felt like I really wanted to get anyway, so it was fine. All right, so anyways, on to Sarah. I'm back to leveling with the Synergist. Obviously on odd levels on the Synergist, I'm going to activate those large nodes, and on the even levels, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Or I should say at all. the even level on the Synergist is just an HP increase, same as the Medic and the Sentinel. So again, it's basically just a trash or a throwaway level. I look at it. So all right, anyway, let's get some Medic levels in here. We'll get back to Synergist. So here's an odd level, there's an even, back to Medic, do a couple Medics, and then back to Synergist, odd, even, Medic to fill, so on and so forth. You get the, you'll kind of get the feel for this as you go with the Crysarium, especially if you watch this. This is, yeah, I think it's, hopefully I've done a good enough job of explaining it. It's not really self-explanatory. It actually is kind of intuitive. But anyways, all right. So there's Ultimate Arrow again. That wasn't something that I really needed to do. Those abilities too. I should note that you can only use them once per battle. So again, you know, it's kind of they're kind of like the abilities from the first 13 that take up all of the ATB segments. The difference is, though, in 13 you could use them as many times as you wanted in a battle. So like with Lightning, you could just use Army of One over and over and over and over. But fortunately or unfortunately, you can't do that here. Now the good thing is, I don't know how cool they really are. Like, I'll be honest, I think Sarah's Ultimate Arrow looks really lame. Noel's Meteor Javelin does look a lot cooler, but nothing compared to Lightning's Army of One, in my opinion. The cool thing is, the Army of One is back in this game if you've got the DLC, so you can actually get the Ravager version of Lightning as well as a Commando version, and they both have Army of One as the, you use it as the Feral Link, which is cool because then you can actually use that multiple times in a fight, you know, depending on how quickly you can get your Feral Link gauge recharged. I wouldn't expect to be, you know, getting, you know, more than 2 or 3 of them per battle, or in a battle, and those are going to be, mind you, boss battles, because any kind of, you know, trash monsters you're just going to destroy. So, anyways, all right. So I grabbed the accessory increase, and this looks like, I feel like something happened with my footage here. Yeah, because these are levels that I already did. Oh, that's weird. I guess I really wanted to drive home how to level these classes. I do know, so at one point, I had mentioned this, I don't know if it was this video or a previous one, but I actually did make a mistake that I didn't catch while I was leveling, and actually had saved afterwards too, so I actually ended up loading an older save, and so I lost a little bit of time, not a whole lot, but it was, you know, it's annoying enough where I would just rather restart, you know, again, load up that old save and fix my stats. It was only one. It was like, I don't know, probably with Noel, I think I leveled one of my even levels with the Saboteur, which would have been the +2 strength. I used on a small sphere, and unfortunately with Noel, you can't really make a mistake like that because he has very, very few opportunities for, I shouldn't say very, very few, but he does have a limited number of opportunities to get that strength bonus. Yeah, so unfortunately it's only the Commando and the Saboteur that have bonuses to strength. Obviously you can use the Commando to unlock every single node, sorry, you can use, for every single Commando level you can use a large node. Unfortunately you only get half as many with the Saboteur. So again, and unfortunately those are the only 2 classes that give you the strength up. So Again, you really can't afford to make a mistake if you want to get as much strength as you possibly can with Noel. So with Sarah, you get a little bit more of a leeway, you know, because there are so many, or well, there's just more classes that give you magic bonuses. So obviously Ravager for every level, Synergist is every odd level, and same with Saboteur, it's every odd level that you get that magic bonus. So again, you get what is it, probably 50 more opportunities for stat gains, or the stat gains that you want for magic, you know. So yeah, so keep that in mind when you're doing your leveling, and if you want to get it perfect, then that's the way to go. All right. So I think, let me just check here. So I think what's going on here is it looks like I've got possibly a little bit of overlap here from my original save and my new save. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't really missing any footage here for leveling. So again, if it, you know, obviously this is probably going to look a little funky because I started out and leveled all my classes up to a certain point, and then it looks actually like I did the same thing again. But that is why, again, because I lost a little bit of time, and I've got to, you know, unfortunately this is my overlapping point between the two games. So again, if it looks a little funky, that's why. But I still think that this is, yeah, we're doing exactly what I need to do here, and everything will be smoothed out after this. So, well, yeah, and I'm almost already complete with, or I'm almost all the way through the Saboteur now. So, the leveling process will actually get a lot easier for Noel, or yeah, there's less opportunity to make mistakes, I think. Even, odd, and even, odd. There you go. So Saboteur is done. Awesome. All right. So now I can go right back to Commando. Yeah, and I've essentially got all of my strength gains out of that Saboteur roll are completely done now. Let's do. Okay, I guess I went with Synergist. Not really sure why. I don't know that. Well, it doesn't. To be honest, it doesn't really matter at this point. But anyways, all right. So let's go to. At this point, I've got actually a lot of opportunity with Noel for just activating small nodes. And again, now Commando's almost done too. So once that's done, you know, really. I don't know. There just isn't going to be much opportunity to make mistakes. I mean, you know, sort of still. Like, I don't want to activate a large node with like a Sentinel or anything, but I think it's a lot tougher to do that once you kind of get the hang of this. All right, so back to Commando, and then let's fill these up. Sentinel's almost done now. We're getting close. Did I run out of... Looks like I might have ran out of CP there. Yeah, probably. And then, as always, make sure, or I think it's a good idea to save after doing a bit of leveling. Nothing worse than, like... I know that happened to me a couple of times, too, where I would level with Noel, get all stuff done with Noel just right. And then I wouldn't save, and then I'd start working on Sarah, and then I'd make a mistake on Sarah, and then have to redo everything. So I'd have to, redo Noel's too. So again, I think it's a good idea, even between, if you spent a ton of CP. Now, if you're leveling a little bit at a time, like maybe 10,000 CP at a time, then making a mistake like that isn't going to be as time-consuming of a mistake, but. Anyways, what do we got here? Synergist bonus 2. I think one of the earlier videos, I think I was mentioning that, or I think I made the mistake of saying that Sarah was a better synergist than Null, and Null was the better saboteur. I think I had them completely backwards, because Sarah is actually a better saboteur, and Null is the better synergist. So not really, or I think I was just rusty, and I got them kind of backwards, but. Them's the breaks. Yeah, I mean, you can see here, Sarah, I think, only has 4. Yeah, she only has 4 abilities for her synergist: Protect, Shell, Veil, and Vigilance. That's it. So not real impressive. And I actually have to kind of take a look at monster synergists and monster saboteurs just to see what's really going to be a decent setup, because I mean, for probably 99% of the game, it just doesn't really matter, and you can do like Null Commando, Sarah Ravager, and then just get another monster Ravager, and you're just gonna wipe through everything. But there's specific battles that are tougher, and you'll want to have certain monsters for. So once I get some of those tougher battles, once I start encountering them, I'll probably talk about specific strategies. But like I said, 99% of the game, you're just gonna roll around with Null as a Commando, Sarah as a Ravager, and then a monster Ravager, and you're just gonna wreck everything. So anyways, I am about out of time, so in the next video we will revisit the Yaschus Massif. So anyways, hope the guide is helpful, and hope you're enjoying the videos, and join me for more. Thanks for watching.